So, with freedom of speech being, how would we stop or how can we stop us infighting so that the people can start actually getting together and telling our government this is unacceptable?
Put your egos down. Just put your egos down. We all want the same thing. That's in the end, man. We want good paying fucking jobs. We want a good pension to retire from. Leave something for our kids if you love them enough. Leave me the fuck alone. Whatever you fucking believe in, and leave them the fuck alone. You want to know about it? Ask.
I mean, I think the main problem with freedom of speech is when you do have freedom of speech, you have to allow all speech, and
Yes.
it does mean that you have to allow hate speech to an extent. That doesn't mean that you have to condone hate speech. That doesn't mean that you have to agree with hate speech. And that also doesn't mean that hate speech doesn't have consequences. Like, I mean, if
Yeah.
if you're going to be this person that hates transgenders, or this person that hates black people or hates white people, it doesn't really matter any way you look at it, then okay, you are that person and you're able to say so. And I believe in your right to do that. Yeah,
Okay.
100%. You have every right to do that. And every consequence that happens to you from that, you deserve. Whether it's if you spread love, which is what I like to try to do, you either choose to spread love or you choose to spread hate. If you want to choose to spread hate speech, I will literally support your right to do that, because your right to do that matters. Your right to
Yeah.
do that matters. The consequences that happen to you, you deserve. If you want to openly say that you hate transgender people, or you hate gay people, or black people, or white people, or whatever it is, then you deserve whatever consequences come to you for spreading that kind of hate. You deserve that, but you have the right to do so. I'm a very hardcore free speech advocate.
Okay.
Yes, you can be a KKK member and go out and spread all the hate you want. I like to think that very few people are going to listen to you this day and age. I won't. Fuck you. I'm not going to like you. I don't have to like you, but you have every right to do that. You can go on the street and protest and do whatever you want. Wear your white cloth and all that. And I'll take a video of you and say, look at this fucking jackass, and I'll put it on this podcast. Like, I don't care. I'll
Yeah.
talk shit on you all day because I have my freedom of speech to say you're a fucking asshole. And that's that. But you have every right to be a dick if you want to be a dick, you do.
Yep.
And if
Firm
somebody
believer.
fucking jacks you in the face, well, then, you can go to a court system or whatever. Whatever happens. I mean, somebody punched you in the face because you were a jerk. Well, it happened. I support that.
Yeah. You don't have the right to take someone else's right away to be an asshole.
Yeah, pretty much. That is a lot of what America, I think, was founded on. I mean, you can be just an absolute dick if you want. You can be a Clint Eastwood, get off my lawn.
But so,
Yeah.
what about how that applies? Because there are clear and blatant lies coming out regularly. Is
All of
that
them are.
freedom of speech? Is that
You're talking about freedom of propaganda, because Obama passed a law that basically made it okay for news medias to reiterate propaganda.
I know the Hatch Act was out there to try to keep the government workers from politicizing things to some extent, but is that still covered under freedom of speech? Just the ability to spread lies?
Well, and that's where we deal with all these gray areas. And then that's why freedom of speech it's such a hard line to walk, because I don't agree with news outlets, but nowadays it's not news outlets. Nowadays it's podcasts, just like here right now. Like, I mean, what if we had millions of followers? We don't, but what if we did?
We
When a podcast like this grows, yeah, there becomes more responsibility. As we grow, we'll have more responsibility to be truthful and at least make sure that we're not spreading rhetoric. I mean, maybe we'll have to just look a little closer, be a little bit more careful, just make sure, because it's going to be a little bit bigger. A lot more people will be listening to us. When you look at news outlets and things like that, I just think they have a higher responsibility. I mean, the news and journalists used to report the news, and they just used to report what's happening and what's going on, and they used to just be a source of what's going on. I'm learning more and more that that might not be so true, because maybe they've always been a manipulation source of some sort, but it's gotten worse, I think, nowadays, more than anything.